Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Yeah. You have to, I told you to prepare questions and learn the portion still page number 32, no? For Monday? Yes. So we'll see the rest of the portion. Correlation research, survey research, then psychological testing and case study today. I mean, this section. Okay. So you can read up that portion quickly and prepare questions. Before that, I'll give you a quick summary of the portions that we dealt with in that portion. Yes, correlation research. How many types of correlations did we study?
Three
Hmm?
types:
3 types. And which are they?
positive, negative, and zero.
Positive, negative, and zero. And always remember, correlation means it tries to find if there is a relationship existing between two or more variables or not. We are not defining the type of relationship. That is, if it is a cause effect relationship, if it is a relationship between the two variables that we are considering. Okay, we are just finding out if there is a relationship existing between the two or not. That is that is being found in the correlation method or in correlation research. And we have different values for or different value ranges for the different correlation coefficients. Correlation coefficients is a number in which we describe or assign a particular value to determine the amount of or the quantity of correlation among the variables. Okay. Then the examples are also important. You have to know how the different variable changes according to the correlation. If it is positive correlation, they'll go in the same direction. If it is negative correlation, they'll go in the opposite direction. And in the previous exam, I've noted one thing. In positive correlation, some of you have written only one case. That is, if one increases, the other one also increases. But when one decreases, the other one also decreases. That is also positive correlation. They'll move in the same direction in positive correlation, but in negative correlation, they move in opposite direction. That is, if A goes up, B goes down, or if A goes down, B goes up, opposite of each other. That is happening in negative correlation. And zero correlation means there is no relationship between the two. And the values would be very close to zero. It's very difficult to get exact zero, but the values can be very close to zero, like 0.000000001 or 2. Okay, like that. Then we saw survey research, that is another method of inquiry or method of research. And surveys are very common. The most important advantage of surveys that we can get a wide variety of information with a very short period of time from a large population also. And this has a wider application in the population, not like case studies. And case studies have less applicability in daily life situations. Then there are different methods under survey research. It can be personal interviews, it can be telephonic surveys, it can be questionnaire surveys, and so on. So we learned about personal interviews. There comes another important point: structured and unstructured, or standardized or non-standardized. The differentiation is made with the help of the interview schedule. What is an interview schedule? What is an interview schedule?
The list of questions prepared
Prepared? When?
before the
For the
actual interview.
Before
I
the
can
interview.
answer.
before the interview. We have to prepare a set of questions or a list of questions beforehand, before conducting the interview. These set of questions or these list of questions are known as interview schedule. So in structured interviews, do we have an interview schedule or not?
Structured have a interview schedule, and unstructured questions can be changed according
Yes.
to the situations.
Right. So in structured ones, we have a definite interview schedule. There is no change possible in that set of questions. But in unstructured, as the name suggests, it doesn't have a proper structure. Although we prepare a few questions just for reference, the person who asks the questions, that is the interviewer, has the capability or has the right to change the questions accordingly. Suppose if the interview is very busy and we have to cut short the questions, or we have to mix the questions and ask, or if according to the situation, if it is a very sensitive topic, then we can change the topic, we can change the questions, we can change the way the questions are framed. It happens only in unstructured interviews. In structured, whatever be the situation, whatever be the condition, you have to ask the same set of questions. Okay. Then what else? There are also semi-structured interviews, which are coming somewhere in the middle of both the structured and structured. You don't have to learn that. Then combination of participants is given. That is individual to individual, individual to group. How the questions are being asked. Okay. Then what else? Questionnaire surveys. Questionnaire surveys also, it's very easy topic. You know it already. Use of questionnaires for surveys. That is the thing. And okay. And the responses that they give, that the respondents give during these questionnaire surveys, that is of importance in this topic. There are different types of answers that are to be given. It can be rating, it can be the different multiple choice questions, just like the ones that you have in exam, and can be yes or no questions. What do we call those yes or no questions or the multiple choice questions?
Close-ended questions.
Closed-ended questions. Okay, not open-ended, it's closed-ended questions. Open-ended means it's descriptive type. Then telephone survey, the same methods can be used through telephone, via telephone, that is telephone survey. And then comes psychological testing, the properties of a psychological test, that's very important. Then what is objectivity, what is reliability, validity, norms, all these are very, very important. Please mark it. Then types of reliability. Which are the two types that we learned? Two types of reliability.
Test, retest,
Test, retest, and one more.
split half.
Split half reliability. Test, retest means from the name itself you can understand. One time you test it, the next time you test it, the result should be similar. Okay, result should be consistent, score should be consistent. Then split half means, again from the name you can write. That is not much complicated. The whole test will be split into two halves. You cannot tear it into two halves. So what will we do? We'll use, most probably we'll use order even method. Suppose if there are 20 questions, all the odd numbers will form one set or one half, all the even numbers will form the other set or the other half. Then we'll find the total of this, we'll find a correlation between the two. That's how we find the split half reliability. Okay, there are even more methods to find reliability and validity also. We are just learning this much now. Next year, in the practical section, you'll have to learn about the different types, more types. Then, what is validity?
Validity refers to the questions.
Refers to the question. What question? Does the test measure what it intends to measure? Or the test measure what it claims to measure? Or does the test measure what it is designed to measure? For example, a thermometer, clinical thermometer, what is it used for? Measuring?
Check the body temperature.
Temperature, to measure temperature, isn't it? And if this is not measuring the temperature and something else, maybe blood pressure, can we say that it is valid? No, it is not. It is designed to measure temperature, but it is not measuring temperature, but something else. So obviously that is not valid. And similarly, something else, a weighing machine. It's supposed to weigh the commodity that we put inside it, isn't it? But it is measuring air pressure. Is it valid? No. So the thing that you have to check is, even if it is a psychological test, it also has the validity. That is, if validity, it's not the time period that we are talking about, but that is the first sentence given, refers to the question, does the test measure what it claims to measure? Whenever we buy a commodity, its use will be mentioned, isn't it? This is used for this. Or if we buy this Maggi noodles, instant noodles, yes, it'll be written how to use it and what is it used for. Edible. It will be written edible, non-veg, veg, and then it will be prepared in these many minutes, 2 minutes usually. And if it is not according to them, then obviously it's not valid. Its validity is very less, or it's not at all valid. We can say that it's not at all valid. Similarly, a lens, a magnifying lens, if it's not used for magnification, if it used to throw at cats and dogs at home, then obviously again it's not valid. It is not useful for the purpose for which it is designed to. And that means it has very less validity. Okay, similarly, there are different types of psychological tests. For example, anxiety tests are there, personality tests, intelligence tests, then the test for depression, test for the cognitive features, test for aptitude, attitude, interest, everything. Okay, and most of the psychological attributes have tests now. So, if the test is actually measuring the thing or not, we are checking that in validity. Okay, like the depression test, it should not measure happiness, right? It's not designed for measuring happiness. It's designed to measure depression. And again, the opposite case. If there is a happiness scale or a happiness inventory or a happiness questionnaire, it is supposed to measure happiness. But if all the items are regarding some sadness that you have or some mental disorder that you have, then obviously it's not valid. Okay, so validity means you are answering to the question or you're referring to the question, does the test measure what it is intended to measure or what it is designed to measure or what it claims to measure? Okay, that is validity. Then don't relate it with the validity of the data plan that you do, mobile phones and all. Okay, that's a time period, valid till that time period. That's not this. Okay. Then finally, test becomes a standardized test when norms are developed. Norms, I told you, it's a comparison scores. Norms table will be given for comparing and interpreting the scores. That is the main use of norms. Okay. Then types of tests. Again, a very simple one. Last time we had many questions from the section. Verbal, non-verbal performance test. It can be individual or group test, or it can be speed and power test. You have to know how to differentiate between these. Then which one has a time limit?
Speed.
Speed test has a time limit because from the name speed itself you can understand you have to do it very fast because there is a time limit. Related like that and learn. Okay, speed test has a time limit, but in power test there is no time limit. You can do as much as you want. You can take as much time as you want and then complete the task. Okay, then case study. Case study is again, it's about a single case. It can be about a single person, can be about a single institution, can be about a single group of individuals. Like it might be a study on a religion or a tribal community, on a particular community. If that is the theme, then again that forms a then we get in-depth information about it, about the case. That is one added advantage of case study. One disadvantage is that it has very less applicability to real life. Generalizability is very less for case study results. Okay, like if we see or if we study an individual who is a genius or a child prodigy, it cannot be applied to everybody in the population, right? Because that person's geniusness, or what do you call, that brilliance, make him or her different from the society. And that's why we are taking it as a case study. So that features cannot be applied to the population, other people in the population. So that was one disadvantage. Then analysis of data, limitations of psychological inquiry spending. Okay. Analysis of data, there are two types, quantitative and qualitative. Quantitative means from the name itself, again, you can easily understand. It's a quantity. Yes, Amal?
It is a structured interviews.
Huh?
Qualitative interviews is a structured interview.
Qualitative interview, structured interview.
Quantitative,
Quantitative is structured interview. Not necessary, but still we can have. Okay. So quantitative means the responses will be of some form of quantity. That is, it will be numerical basically. And if it is not numerical, we'll convert it into numerical form, some or the other numerical form, like true or false. True and false are the two responses that we get in true or false type of question answers. Okay, and that is not numerical, right? It's verbal. It involves language, but we can convert that into numerical form. How? We'll assign numbers to it, either 1 or 2 or 0 or 1. That means every true will be scored as 0, every false will be scored as 1. So finally, we can add it up easily, isn't it? If we have 5 ones and 6 zeros, so basically total score will be 5, like that. Understood? Okay. So we can either convert the numerical, the verbal forms into the numerical form, or we can directly get the numerical forms. Such analysis is known as quantitative method. And qualitative, on the other hand, it's basically testing the quality of or analyzing the quality of the responses. What are the patterns involved? What are the themes involved? We read it up, we discuss with the fellow investigators, fellow researchers, and then we'll analyze the whole thing based on content, based on the narration, and all. I think we learned two among them, isn't it? Narrative and content analysis. Yeah, narrative analysis is there, content is also. Okay, then limitations of psych also came for the last exam, but I saw many of the students who missed this question. Lack of true 0 point, that is one important one. Then relative nature of psychological tools, subjective interpretation of qualitative data. Lack of true 0 point means there is no true 0 point for psychological attributes. Like intelligence, you cannot say that an individual has 0 intelligence. Okay, it is a comparison with the other age group. That is the using the norms table, we compare and find out whether this person has low or high or average or borderline intelligence. It's not like a person doesn't have an intelligence at all. So that is the main problem or limitation of these psychological inquiries, psychological tests. That is, it has no true 0 point. It lacks a true 0 point. But in physical sciences and having 0 weight, yes, that is there. Point is yeah, so 0 degrees Celsius and all that also we can say in terms of temperature. So in physical sciences, we can talk in terms of true 0 point, absolute 0 point. We call it true 0 or absolute 0. But okay. So that was limitations of psychological inquiry. And after that, we have ethical issues. Ethical issues also you have to read and study. If you don't understand while you revise, please don't feel bad to come and ask me, okay? Anytime. You can text me or call me. Anything is fine. So voluntary participation, informed consent, debriefing, sharing the results of the study, then confidentiality of data source. These are the main points. But along with that, we have a small set of principles given in the first paragraph under ethical issues that also you have to read up. All right. So that's about the second part of the chapter. You can prepare questions from this part now. The first part is for Monday. From this part, you can sit and prepare questions. And after that, we'll discuss. From page number 32, that is correlational research, till the last part.
Now, should there be MCQ with options?
MCQ, MCQ. Three options are enough as of now. Attendance, please. Abdul Hasif. Present. Abhinav. Present. Alina Jason. Lina Verghese. Present. Anila. Present. Devika.
Present, ma'am.
Present. Emlyn. Present.
Present, ma'am.
Eva is absent. Malavika. Present.
Yes, ma'am.
Mary. Present. Meryl.
Present, ma'am.
Present. Rose Binu. Present. Shreya. Present. Abhiram. Abhijit. Abhiram, Abhijit were present. Abhilash.
Ma'am.
Amal. Present. Bazuri. Present. Kevin. Present. Umar absent. Sanam. Absent. Sandra is absent. Sanjana.
Present, ma'am.
Present. Nestle. Present. Okay. Done. Will we start discussing? Okay. Emily, you can start.
Which method in survey is more applicable to the illiterate people? Questionnaire, a survey, telephone survey, interview.
Which people? Illiterate. Which is more applicable for illiterate people? Answer. Answer, please.
Telephone survey.
It's a telephone survey.
Ma'am, interview survey.
Interview survey.
Interview.
Interview. Personal interviews. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Telephone surveys. Kind of depends on the test and the questions that we are using. Okay. Then next one. Amal Roshan.
The dash of the test refers to the consistency of scores obtained by an individual on the same test on two different occasions.
Options.
Options: reliability, objectivity,
Hmm.
validity, and none of the above.
Okay. Answer.
Reliability.
Reliability.
It's correct, ma'am.
Okay. Then next one. Sanjana.
The Latin word quasi means option A as if, option B experiment, option C none.
Latin word quasi means options.
As if, experiment, and none.
As if, experiment,
None of the above.
none of the above. Answer.
As if.
Correct or not?
Yes, ma'am, correct.
Okay. Next, Malavika.
Ma'am,
Yes.
in dash method, public opinion can be obtained almost as soon as the problem arrives. A, interview, B, survey, C, psychological testing.
Answer. Interview, survey, psychological testing.
Survey.
Is it survey?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. Kevin.
Dash correlation indicates as the value of variable x increases, the value of variable y will also increase. Options are positive, negative, or 0.
As x increases, y also increases. That's what I heard. Positive, negative, or zero?
Positive.
Positive, because both are going in the same direction. Okay. Next, Abhilash.
Focus group discussions is a variant of which combination of participant in an interview? Options: group to individuals, group to group, and individual to group.
Please repeat the question slowly.
Focus group discussions is a variant of which combination of participant in an interview?
Hmm.
Option A: group to individuals, group to
Hmm.
group, and individual to group.
Focus group discussions, which is the combination of participants. That's the question.
Group to group.
Is it group to group?
No,
Then give the correct answer.
it's individual to group.
Individual to group. Okay. Then next one, Devika.
Ma'am, yes or no, true or false, multiple choice, reading skills are examples of what type of questions? Open-ended, closed-ended, or both?
Close-ended questions.
Correct? Yes.
No.
Now, Abhinav. No. Emlyn, ask one more question, then we can stop.
The type of test that we limit the time and same degree of difficult level is
The type of test,
which have limited time and same degree of difficult level.
limited time and same degree of difficulty level.
Speed test.
Speed test. Was that your answer, Amal?
Power test.
Power test. It has a time limit. So is it power test or speed test?
Time limit means power, speed test.
Speed test. It is speed test, isn't it? Correct?
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
we'll wind up. Don't forget to prepare the questions for Monday. You're getting 2 days. Okay. So thank you.